Hey guys, this is Madam Eve, and this is Game On Podcast, and I am joined by Madam Dee,
Hi guys.
MonkeyFlop,
What is going on, guys?
and this is episode 16.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start this off with MonkeyFlop because he wanted to do some shout outs. So go ahead, MonkeyFlop.
Yes, I do actually. So starting off, I just wanted to thank each and every one of you guys for the fantastic support that you guys have been showing me on my channel. It's just been amazing. September was the best month ever on YouTube, and it's all thanks to you guys. You guys have been supporting me throughout everything, and I wanted to shout out the top 3 subscribers that have commented the most and viewed the most videos, shared the like rating and all that good stuff. YouTube automatically compiles all of its stats and gives you who's the most engaged viewer. So I just wanted to go off the list. Starting off, we got SKC_Diamond. This is actually the #1 viewer on my YouTube channel right now, and followed by that is #2 Player1, and then followed by that is the Cloudbird in #3. Now Cloudbird has actually been subscribed since June 23rd 2013, and it makes him one of the oldest subscribers that is still watching my videos, which is freaking fantastic, and I appreciate you so much for that. I just wanted to give a shout out to those channels. The links to their channels will be in the description if you guys want to go show them love, just the same way that they show me love and you guys show me love. Then that would be freaking fantastic. Back to you, Madam Eve. Back to you.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead, and so we have one person that's always consistent with like writing comments, and
Yes.
it's mainly writing questions for us, and that is Epderman. And his latest 2 questions were, what's your favorite amusement park and what is your favorite job? So to start us off, go on ahead, Miss Madam Dee.
Yeah.
Alright, so for amusement parks, I guess anything with like a roller coaster, maybe. Although, things with just like, rides that aren't roller coasters, I'm not too picky. So like Disneyland, Universal, I'm open to all that stuff. Yeah, and then as for favorite job, I guess like jobs I've had,
Mhm.
or like just a job that I think is really cool in general.
I don't know, but do both.
Do both? Okay, so favorite job I've had
You don't have to share
is
locations
when
or anything. If you don't
I
want
don't
to.
really have a favorite job that I've had. Um, yeah, I mean like the jobs I do have, I guess
Babysitter.
it's okay.
Oh.
Or when I get to take care of someone's dog,
Dog
and
sitting.
I just get to pet them. Yeah, all the cuddles, none of the responsibility. Well, some responsibilities to take
Of
care of them.
course.
Just the cuddles. Anyway, and then I guess like a job that I think is really cool. Well, I just saw The Martian, which happens in space, and I think that'd be really cool if I had like all that space, astrophysics background, science, chemistry. If I was good at it, I think that'd be really
I don't know
cool.
about that.
Yeah, I have to be good at it naturally,
Yeah, you
but
would
I'm
have to
not,
be.
so I'm just I'm
Think your life will
content watching
depend
it
on
on the
it?
big screen.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone would want, like, I wouldn't want my life to depend on me. Like, I'd just veto my
That'd be funny.
application. It's just like,
Okay.
How
Cool.
about you,
yeah,
Monkey
so
Flop?
those are my answers.
Ooh. Favorite job I've had in the past? I don't know. That's kind of tough because they all suck. No, I'm just kidding. Um, well, I'll just answer my favorite job, and my favorite job is what I'm doing here on YouTube. I absolutely love what I'm doing, and it's pretty freaking awesome. As far as amusement parks goes, can you guys guess? Can you guys guess which is my favorite amusement park? No?
None of them. You
Uh,
hate amusement parks.
Yes, I hate
yeah, you dislike
amusement
You
them.
hate
parks.
all things fun.
Yes. I just want to sleep all day. I probably can relate to
That's
people.
Madame Didi.
Yeah, that is actually Madame Didi.
Yep.
No, my favorite amusement park, it has to be Disneyland. Now, I can only compare amusement parks that I've been to, and that's just right here in California, like Knott's Berry Farm, Disneyland, Six Flags, and by far Disneyland is my most favorite because there's the most things you could do in an amusement park is at Disneyland, and they usually go big with like everything that they do, which is pretty awesome. And on a side note, I'm a little sick, so if my voice sounds weird, that's why. Madam Eve, what about you?
Well, amusement park, it's a given. It's Disneyland as well. Um, I do like Knott's Berry Farm too, though. But Disneyland would have to be number one,
Yeah.
and that's because, well, I like Disney. And then as far as a favorite job that I've had, I would have to say I loved being a TA with them, and it was like with little kids, and it's just because they're little. Um,
Oh.
as far as being a TA, it was more like just playing with them,
Uh-huh.
so it was like super simple and fun. And um,
That's pretty
as far as
awesome.
a job that I would love, a job that I would love to have,
Mhm.
uh, if I could not work and get paid, that would be awesome. Or if it's something fun, that would be awesome. But yeah, those would be my two answers. Oh, technically kind of three, right? But yeah. To continue on with everything else, and like MonkeyFlop said, yes, you could kind of tell he's a little congested. Everybody go, aww,
Oh. Oh
for
wait, no, me too.
MonkeyFlop.
Aww.
Hashtag, aww. All right. So to go on and moving on, as far as news or bringing up stuff, I do want to start off by saying, because I was so excited,
What's that?
Once Upon a Time. My show is back. I am super, super, super excited. I've seen the latest two new episodes and stuff, and I'm just like like I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to see what else happens, and but yeah, I'm like, wow. Like it left me like wow, and I'm just waiting to see what else is going to happen. And for everybody else that is a fan of Once Upon a Time, I'm pretty sure you guys are the same way. With the whole Black Swan thing. Like
Mhm.
ooh, she turned the main character, not main character, but one of the main characters that was supposed to be like the ultimate good guy. They call her the savior and stuff because she's the one that kind of like helps everybody out, and like and she was like one of the main hopes and stuff to bring them back together and all that. Now she turned dark, and it's like what? Like it's like one of those twist things.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's my one of my main ones. Um, as far as something else that I have a couple of things, but one main thing too that I'm also excited about, and it was actually Madam Didi that had brought this up a
Mm.
couple of a podcast, like couple episodes in the beginning, was the whole new superhero things that's more targeted for a younger generation, like 6 to 12-year-olds and all that. So I went to go look at it because I saw on Twitter like they were talking about like, oh, the they're gonna start having like the dolls and all that, and they're gonna start coming out
Uh-huh.
and stuff. And so I was like, oh yeah, I remember that Madame Didi was talking about this. And so I actually today I went and I was like, let me search it out. Let me find out more about it. And so
Right.
I looked, they have a website, and it's DCSuperheroGirls.com. And I was just looking at it, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. Like I was super excited. They have webisodes and stuff. Um, and so I'm so gonna start watching them, like big time. And so they were talking about how there's like the new dolls is through Mattel, the ones that make Barbies. I think that's the same, right? Am I right? Yeah, right. Mattel makes Barbies.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
because I would know.
so so they're talking about how like they're showing it, they're gonna show them like in the New York Comic Con and stuff, and um so people can see how they're gonna look like, and like yeah, the outfits, the way they look, it's totally not like how regular comic books are, with the big chesty boobs showing and all that stuff. It's like it's good. But yeah, the webisodes are
Hmm.
called superheroes high, like they're in high school, and like Harley Quinn is like the class clown and stuff like that, and like Batgirl is like this brainy nerdy chick, and but it's really cool, and I'm excited to watch it. I'm gonna have my little I have kids, and I'm gonna have them watch it and stuff because I think they'll love it. But yeah, as far as something else, so this week, and
Right.
I had MonkeyFlop join me with other people. We went to Mickey's Halloween party for the first time in Disneyland.
Yes, it was
And can I
awesome.
just say that was so much fun. And there was so much candy. And it was like the good kind of candy. Like we had like freaking bag, a big huge bag full of it, and we're like just
Yeah.
munching it to give us energy to keep going, because there's like a bunch of different spots around Disneyland where you could go
Yeah.
trick or treat and stuff, and it was cool. And then just like seeing how everything was decorated for Halloween, and they had like villain music and playing throughout Disneyland, and it was awesome. The fireworks for that night is all based like Halloweenish, like villains and all that, and so
Yeah.
that was cool
Evil
too.
villains.
Um, right, villains come out. The villains come out at night.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool. Like, um, but yeah, I was super excited to go. It was my first time going. I had never gone before, and it's something that now I'm like, yes, I'm gonna go every year because
Yeah.
it was that much fun. It
Yeah,
was
to
really cool.
to
Yeah, and you're
be
gonna,
Um,
send Madame Didi all this candy, right?
right. Well,
Gonna send you
I
some candy.
I'm pretty sure I have like 15 to 20 pounds of candy. I'm like not literally. I'm not joking. I'll probably tweet a picture after this just to show you guys how much candy I have personally.
and that's that you've already eaten some, right?
Yeah, and
You
that's what
already
the
ate a bunch of it.
I've already eaten like 2 pounds of the candy. No, I'm just kidding. But I've already eaten candy.
Oh man,
And
hashtag send Madame Didi some
right?
candy.
But it was pretty awesome too because like everybody dressed up, everybody was in character, everybody was in costume. I didn't dress up yet this year. I was gonna come with my Boba Fett helmet, but last year I heard that they didn't let people with masks into Disneyland, so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna bring it just for nothing. And then I saw a bunch of people wearing masks and older people too, not just the young like the younger generations, like the little kids and stuff. And I was just like totally bummed out because I was like, dude, I could have brought my Boba Fett mask. But even though I wasn't dressed up, I was still trick or treating. Everybody that buys the ticket to get into Disneyland has the right to go trick or treating, and they give you bags and everything. So it's a lot of fun. It definitely is. And then the additions that they add to Disneyland, like the Nightmare Before Christmas ride. Well, Haunted Mansion, right, Madam Eve? That one's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then Space Mountain, they turned it into Ghost Galaxy, and that one is amazing. That one is so much fun. Uh, you just have to ride it. Trust me. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. But yeah.
All right. So let's give Miss Madam Didi a chance here. And what do you got for us today?
All
Yeah.
right. If we're speaking about like Halloween themed things, did you guys see the Burger King's Halloween burger?
No,
No.
I
Anybody?
don't
Anybody?
know.
Okay. So I know a couple podcasts before I did talk about how Japan had like a burger that was black
Yeah,
or something
Yeah.
like that.
I remember that.
Okay, so Burger King has like this Halloween one where its buns are black. And it's supposed to be like an A1 sauce or something, like food coloring, but it's
Interesting.
their Halloween like Whopper, and
Uh-huh.
it's basically just black buns, and everyone just has like mixed reviews. Like I don't think anyone's tried it yet, but everyone just thinks that it looks so unappealing because the buns are black.
Mm,
Yeah. It's like if they're super burnt,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
like
and
charcoal.
like I feel like yeah, and like if you go to like Japan or like any other place and they have like these like kind of like foods that are like themed or something, everyone's just like, oh yeah, that looks cool, I'm gonna go try it, and then like it comes here and everyone's just like, you burned your buns.
Yeah, right. Well, that kind of reminds me because I ordered a Ghost Galaxy burger at Disneyland, and on the fries they put like green and blue sauce on it, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good." And then Madame Eva was like, that looks disgusting." And I was like, "You want to try it?" And she's like,
It looks
"Heck
sick,
no."
man.
It was like glowing green
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I
like
think it's just the
blue.
coloring.
Yeah, it's just the
It is
coloring.
the coloring. It throws you off. Because it was like highlighter
It does.
colors. Like, what the heck is this? Yeah. All
But
right.
but that was for
Yeah.
Madame Eve.
And then
Madame Eve
like
was like, I don't want to try
yeah.
that. But then for me, I was like, ooh, I want to try that. That looks good. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's where everyone's going. It's like you have the people who are like, that looks very interesting, I want to try it, and then you have the other people who's just like, it just looks disgusting. Like I don't even want to like be in the same like Burger King with it.
Be in the same Burger King.
I don't know, you have people like that. I mean,
Yeah.
just yeah. And then like if we're speaking about like food things, although this isn't Halloween, I'm gonna jump to like Christmas with this, but you know, okay. So they have Warner Brothers is having this Christmas celebration at Hogwarts, and it's at the little
Ah.
dining area. I don't know if you guys saw it, but like the little Hogwarts, like the dining room that was like in the movie, and
Yeah.
they actually have tickets to go eat a Christmas meal there, and
Oh.
it's like $350, and it's already
What the
sold
heck?
out.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's like it includes like a wand, music, dancing, like a two-course dinner, and all this, and it's all like in their studio tour, and it has like a studio tour, and you could see like all the different Harry Potter sets, and it's already sold out,
Wow.
and it's like $350. It's in London, so
Wow.
it was
Is
230
is that
pounds, which
just
is like $350.
for
I
the
think it's like a
meal
whole
or
it's like a meal, you get a wand, it's like all the little events that they have, and you get like this big old tour of like the whole entire set, like all the like things that were in the movies. And I mean, if you're a really big Harry Potter fan, I think it'd be like something really cool because you have like this giant Christmas dinner in the actual dining hall
Oh.
that's like in the movie. I don't know. It just shocked me that the tickets were already sold out.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of
wow.
And
hardcore
I was like,
fans on that though too.
yeah, and it's just like I just saw this and I was like, that looks great. And I scroll down, yeah, all the tickets are sold out already. And it's just like, it's like, do people just like, how do these people find it out so
Uh-huh.
fast? Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then okay, and then I saw like this story, and I thought it was really cool. But anyway, someone made a working copy of Pokemon Red in Minecraft.
What?
What?
That is
Yeah,
pretty
they
cool.
they built like this giant Game Boy in the world, and then they actually like plays the game, and like they're still like working out some of the stuff. Like they want to add an actual Pokédex to it, but it actually kind of works. And like I saw like little clips of it, and it looked really cool. Like like how much like time it takes for someone to like figure all this stuff out and figure out like how I'm gonna make this all, how am I gonna get it to work. And it was just like,
Yeah.
now that I think about it, this would be a cool job.
Yeah. That's a lot of time and
Like if
dedication
someone's
too,
just,
though.
yeah, and I'm just like, I didn't feel like these people just like are doing it for fun. And it's like there's so many things in Minecraft that people like remake,
Mhm.
and it takes so much time, and they still do it. And like I feel like, you know, it just gets a lot of recognition for it because that takes a lot of time, a lot of skill.
Yeah.
You gotta plan it out, you gotta design everything, especially for stuff like this where like, you know, things have to move.
Yeah.
So I thought that Game Boy was really cool. I mean, they did say that it's still gonna take a couple months to, you know, work everything out more. So I'm very excited to see that. In other news, I thought this was very interesting because I totally forgot about it. But anyway, I don't know if you guys know about Death Note.
Yeah, a little bit.
I've seen
Um,
it. I've seen like it
you've seen?
like to watch, but I've never seen it like actually watch the show. But
Okay. So it has like the show, the anime, and then it has like its own live action, like a Japanese live action. So
uh-huh.
apparently, I know I saw it before, and I think I may have mentioned it in one of the podcasts before, but they're doing like a live action here in North America, and they
Uh-huh.
just casted the main character, and it's going to be played by Nat Wolff. And if no one knows who this is, it's the guy from Paper Towns and the blind kid from The Fault in Our Stars. So
I
I
don't know
don't
who
know
they
how
are. Sorry.
I had to like Google his picture, and I guess it's like I've seen those Paper Town previews like all the time on TV, so I knew who he was.
Uh-huh.
And I saw it in like right now he's like the first like confirmed character, but the biggest character. He's the main guy and
Yeah.
everything. And I saw that, and I thought I thought it was a joke. I seriously did not think that they were gonna actually remake this, and I'm a little scared because let's be honest, Avatar: The Last Airbender and Dragon Ball Z did not go very well.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
You
true.
know, like those, like especially Avatar, like no one speaks of that. Like let's just kick that out of this entire thing. Like that Avatar remake does not exist. That Last Airbender. So
Yeah.
I mean, uh, he's like the only star that they've confirmed. I mean, like they have like who's like making it, like who's producing it, who's filming it, but you know, he's the only like actual like character that they've casted so far. So I'm kind of excited just to see how it is. Like I don't have like high hopes for it just because, you know, I've seen, you know, anime adaptations that we do in here in America and they're not that great.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
it's so interesting. Like I kind of want to see how like they're gonna play it out, like how much they're gonna change the storyline
Yeah.
and everything. And then another
Yeah,
movie-related thing is
oh, I was
that
gonna
if
say,
anyone,
never mind.
oh, oh, go
No, I
go.
was gonna say like, have you heard of like if they whoever the writer was did like change it a bit or anything? They haven't spoken about that. Like as far as the storyline
They haven't
goes,
really
like
said
did he stay with
anything.
the original?
Yeah, like I haven't read anything that says like where his vision is going. Like all the things I read are they they talk about like the story, but like you know like the actual story, but they don't say
Uh-huh.
anything like he wants to change it to this, he wants to change it to that. Of course, there will be differences because you know the story does take place in Japan, and if they're gonna do
Yeah.
it here in North America, they're obviously gonna change some stuff to reflect here. And then another movie I saw, which I was kind of happy, was Pacific Rim 2 is delayed, but it's not canceled. So everyone thought
Okay.
it was canceled because because it was supposed to be released on August 4th, and then they totally like yeah, no, it's not going to be released on that day, blah blah blah. And so everyone was like, it's getting canceled. They axed it, and then like one of the reasons was that like they announced like Pitch Perfect 3 on that date, so everyone was like, "Oh, Pitch Perfect 3 totally like was the reason why they canceled it and everything." But
Um,
Yeah.
no, it's only delayed. The there was a statement that was saying like, we really do want to have a Pacific Rim 2, but we're just gonna delay it and then show it at like a different time. But when I read that, I was a little happy because I really did like Pacific Rim, and I thought it could have been like really. I think it's a really good movie. I just think that maybe the marketing wasn't that great, so not a
yeah.
lot of people
Mhm.
like were aware of it. And I think it was just like the perfect movie because it was like it had the robots, it had everything, and it didn't have that like cliche romantic interest kind of thing that they just shoved in there.
That's
That
funny.
they like do that in like a lot of the
Yeah.
action movies where you have a,
Don't
a,
like
a
chick
man and a
flicks.
woman like together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cause like I thought it was gonna like they had like they established like a relationship, but more of a a bond because you had to have a bond in that
Yeah.
movie. Like bonds between people were very important in that movie. So I was glad that they didn't do like the whole like romantic cliche in there. So any Pacific Rim fans out there, it's delayed, but it's still happening. It's not canceled. So
Hashtag
yeah,
there's still
and
hope.
that's all I have. There's still hope. Yes, hashtag there is still hope. Let us hope that it comes out very soon. Yeah, and then that's
Oh
all
man.
the news I have.
Before we get into the
How about you,
next,
Mr. Monkey Flop?
well, I was gonna say, um, so first off, I wanted to start off with a code that is actually gonna be for a theme on the PlayStation Store. This has been sent to me by one of my subscribers on my Facebook page. Shout out to my Italian friend over there. This is actually a European code. Now, if you live in the US like me, you can still create a European account and you can still take advantage of getting this theme. The link will be in the description. Not the link, but the voucher code to download the theme will be in the video description as well. And it is for BloodBorne, the game. It's a dynamic theme for that. And then moving on into other gaming news, I just wanted to go over a couple of things. One, the PlayStation 3 was rumored to be discontinued in 2016. I don't know if you guys heard of this
Ooh.
story. Did you guys hear about the PlayStation 3 being discontinued, guys?
No, I haven't,
By
and
the
I
look
really
on
hope
Didi's
not.
face, no.
They're all silent, like, what? Okay, so in New Zealand, there's a game company that usually gets information early and slips it out by accident, leaking Sony's information. And it turns out, quote unquote, that they're actually discontinuing the PlayStation 3 in New Zealand because it's a smaller market and because they're not
Ooh.
selling as many units. Um, but it's not discontinued permanently, it's just continued in that region. But then it also led other people to believe that it was going to like trickle down to
Hashtag
other
there's still hope.
hashtag there's still hope PS3. Um, but a lot of people were thinking that it was going to trickle down to other regions such as North America, Europe, and other parts of the world. But that's not true, at least not yet, because there's still a lot of games in development and a lot of anime games as well. A lot of Japanese games. Did you guys hear that Sony bought the Best Buy building in Times Square? And it's going to rename it the
Mm.
PlayStation Theater?
What?
I
Oh, you
saw
know
that.
what? I saw the PlayStation Theater, but I didn't bother to click it. I really thought maybe
Yeah.
they're just gonna show movies or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think it was anything like big because I saw it too, but I didn't read into it.
Well, it's
Like it
actually
said like
I didn't
Times
even see that
Square
it
and
was in
yeah.
Times Square.
No, well, the Best Buy theater would hold suit to a bunch of concerts and a bunch of different live events. And now Sony has bought this and they're going to rename it from the Best Buy theater to the PlayStation theater, and it will still
Dum,
hold
bum,
suit
bum,
to a bunch
bum.
bum bum bum. It'll still hold suit to a bunch of concerts in the future, but then it's also going to be a place where they can live stream from and broadcast live PlayStation events, which we've
What?
never seen
That
before.
sounds really cool.
We've never seen anything
I
like
need to
that
go fly
before.
to New York.
Go
Can
see
you?
him.
I need to build
It's
me a little house in
right.
Times Square.
It's in Times Square, so can you imagine like Sony decides to throw a New Year's Eve party right there in the middle of Times Square for all of their fans?
Ooh.
That would be epic. I'm gonna send that request right now to Sony. Can't believe I didn't think of that sooner. Sony, what are you doing? I bet you they do
All
have something
right,
in
come on,
mind.
Sony.
Come on, Sony. I bet you they do have something in mind though. I think that'd be pretty awesome. And then in other news, the PlayStation there's too many threes. The PlayStation 4 3.0 software update just launched, and a bunch of new features got added to it. And I got some tutorials on my YouTube channel on how to do different things. Now there is rumor and speculation going around that some people are having issues playing their disc-based games on the PlayStation 4 after the 3.0 software update has been launched. Now, I haven't heard anything from anybody, to be completely honest, and nobody's commented on any of my videos or reached out to me. And usually when there's an issue like this, usually people reach out to me and say, hey, MonkeyFlop, I can't play disc-based games. How do I fix it? So it kind of leads me to believe that it's more rumor than actual truth. But if you guys are
Yeah.
experiencing issues playing your disc-based games on the PlayStation 4, what I would recommend you doing is there's a bunch of different tutorials and a bunch of different people, quote unquote, reporting this to be happening and encouraging you guys to reinstall the software. I would actually give you the advice of not installing the software all over again, but uninstalling your game and then reinstalling it, and it should fix the issue, whatever issue you might have. It might not necessarily be with the 3.0 software update, but if it is, Sony should release a patch update very, very soon. I just wanted to cover that really quickly because I've been seeing that as a trend lately, but I haven't gotten any reports from any of my subscribers anyways.
Yeah.
And then
All right.
I think that's it. Other than there's a bunch of betas coming up. There's a lot of betas coming up on the PlayStation 4. Currently, Guns Up is a pretty awesome beta. We got Killstrain, which is
Mm.
also an awesome beta. Um, Madam Eve, are you ready for next
Yeah.
week? Are you ready for next week?
Are you ready for this? Dun 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 dun
So
dun 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 dun.
you retweeted um, a tweet that I retweeted in choosing the Imperial side.
Mhm.
That's the side you're choosing?
My stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Mm.
So next week is the
Are we
Star.
ready?
Are we ready? Are you ready? Because next
Are
week.
you ready?
Yeah, hell yeah, I am. Next week is the Star Wars open beta. It's going to be open to everybody on the PlayStation 4 network, which is freaking fantastic, and I can't wait to play it. And I'm going to get Madam Eve on the sticks as well and see what she can do. Madam
Oh,
Dee,
so you could see me die?
yeah. Madam
Don't have
Didi,
Madam Didi play with you, because remember, man, she has you get killed and then she steals your kills.
right? Oh, you played
Yep,
with
that
her
is
at
Mm-hmm.
true. That is
E3,
so
right?
true.
Did you
Huh?
play?
Yep, and I abandoned her right then and there.
Really?
Yeah, we played it at E3,
Yeah.
and then she just left me there. I'm over there trying to help her out, save her life, and then she just leaves me, runs away, and then lets me die, and then gets my kills.
It's
Yeah,
called
I remember.
strategy. No one
It's
ever
called
play with
strategy.
me.
So for the listeners, can you tell us a little bit about the your experience with the Star Wars game during E3 at all?
Oh, you're trying to do this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked it. It was cool. In the beginning though, I was having a hard time trying to figure out the controls. Even though like we had the guy there help us and tell us, like he explained it to us.
Yeah.
But
It is
as
a
we
little bit
started playing,
different.
cause like yeah, and especially like for someone like me, like once I start playing. And I start panicking, like especially if I don't know what I'm doing, I start panicking, so I just start pushing buttons.
Which is
Like I start
hilarious.
button mashing.
Uh-huh.
And then you just hear me screaming like ah! And then Daisy just just hides in a corner until like you die, then shoots the person that you were actually trying to shoot and kill
Oh.
and take your kills. Yeah, Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, Dee Dee.
Yeah, that
So
that
you're
is
one of
that's so
those
true. I think
strategic campers.
yeah. Although
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm gonna admit that one of the kills, she only died and I took it because I got lost on the map.
Wow.
I was trying to look for her and then I found her, but she died, so I had to avenge her. You know,
Yeah,
I just
sure, sure, sure.
happened to take her kill.
Huh.
But I mean, I was on the same boat as Madam Eve. Like it took the controls. Like I had to get used to it, mainly because I really suck at shooter games, and so it was hard pointing and then shooting and all that. And then I kept getting lost. But I think I did a pretty good job. I think if I play more, I should probably get this.
Yeah, I'm like it's one of those things where like yeah, after a while, I mean, once you like get used to what the controls are, like the game seemed really cool. Like the way it looked, I liked how it looked. It looked awesome, and then the maps were crazy too. It was
Yeah.
cool. So it's definitely something that I would want to buy, want to purchase and
Yeah.
play. Definitely one of those.
And
But
then
is
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go. No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was done.
I was just gonna mention really quickly. Not too many people care about this, but in case you do, Drive Club, the PlayStation Plus edition, will only be available to download until October 6th. So if you guys haven't downloaded it yet, or at least added it to your library, then I definitely recommend you guys do. As you guys know, with PlayStation Plus games, once they expire for that month, then if you haven't added it to your library or downloaded it at all, then you won't be able to download it again. But even if you add it to your library, and let's say you don't download it right now, as long as you added it to the queue, then you can always come back and download it later, even if it disappears from the PlayStation Store. Just giving you guys a heads up for those of you that have not downloaded the Drive Club PlayStation Plus edition yet. And that's all the news I got, Madam Eve.
All right. So, as far as me, I just wanted to bring up an old topic again,
Mm.
only because I'm so freaking excited about it, and that's the whole Star Wars Awakens thing. And so, some cool facts that that I had seen was that, well, not seen, but that I read was that this just for people that possibly don't know or just haven't thought about it. So the movie is going to be based like on 30 years after the Return of the Jedi, you know, and
Oh.
stuff. And and again, and from how long it's been since the last movie that was made,
Uh-huh.
which is Revenge of the Sith. It's been 10 years since the last Star Wars movie and
Wow.
stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Another thing, though, that I had read about was of how everybody right now is on the hype of, okay, so is it going, like, what's going to happen with these movies? Like, is it going to continue with the whole family line of the Skywalkers and stuff? Because you know how Luke Skywalker was like, basically it's like one of like the last Jedi's or something like that. Like, you know how they were like, oh, the Skywalkers because of Darth and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And so people are talking about that, and they're trying to think about like, okay, so who's gonna be the Skywalker? Who's gonna be the one in these new movies? And then so the is it the director? Whatever. But so purposely they have not released, like, they've released the names of the characters, right? Like there's Rey, which is the girl, and then there's Finn, and then there's Kylo Ren, you know, the dark guy, looks like a new age Darth Vader type
Yeah.
guy. um they purposely have not released their last names as far as the character goes, not the actor but the characters
Right.
and stuff. And so everybody's like trying to think like, oh, what's gonna happen? There has to be a reason why they're not releasing the last name, the full name of those characters, because Kylo Ren, that's not the character's real name. That's, I guess, that's like if you want to give titles, like that's like his Sith name or something. um
Oh.
and so what a lot of people think is that the girl, the female character Rey, everybody's like speculating and stuff, talking about like that most likely is going to end up being like Han Solo's and Leia's daughter, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then like Kylo Ren, they're like, ooh, who is he? If he's a Skywalker, like whose kid is he gonna be? Is he gonna be like Luke's? Is he gonna be also a kid of like Leia and Han, or like what's going on? And then what role is the stormtrooper guy Finn gonna play? That the fact that they're not releasing his last name either. Like there must be a reason. Like what storyline does he have? And
Yeah.
everybody's kind of tripping out too, because that stormtrooper guy,
Yeah.
as far as like action figures and things, he's been seen, and then like glimpses and I think like pictures and stuff like that and clips of the movie, he's been seen with Luke Skywalker's old original lightsaber. So they're like, wait, why does he have a lightsaber? How is he able to use a lightsaber, especially if he's a stormtrooper? Like, what's going on with that? Like, what's his backstory? And in the movie, he doesn't know his backstory. He doesn't know his birthplace. He doesn't know anything. So everybody's like, ooh, what's going to happen? That's going to be part of the plot and stuff. But then again, they go on with talking about like, why is a stormtrooper, like, why is a stormtrooper able to use a lightsaber? I thought that was only a Jedi thing. Like, what's going on with that? Are they gonna have like the infantry soldiers practicing how to use lightsabers now in these movies, or what's going on? And so there's just like a lot of talk. Like everybody's trying to come up with their own plot stories, like, oh, what could happen, what might happen, and things like that. And so I was just reading, I was like, ooh, like, oh my, like it just hyped me up too, because I'm like, oh man, what's gonna happen? And then they were talking about how in not this one, not episode 7, but 8, the guy that played Anakin, what's his name? Oh, I have his name right now here. I always forget his freaking name. Hayden Christensen. There's talk that he's gonna come out on the next Star Wars movie. Because you know how he was Darth, and like I'm thinking he's gonna come out like, you remember how in the end of the movie on the was it the Return of the Jedi one? Right? No, wait, yeah, Return of the Jedi. Um, how in the end he came out with like with Yoda and stuff like that. Like, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, is he gonna come out like that? Like it's gonna be his image, like, because of the Force and whatnot.
That'd be interesting.
Um, yeah, and then they're talking about that there's talk to that he's gonna come out in Rogue One somehow too.
Yeah.
And so like everybody's like, "Oh, that's gonna be cool." And supposedly, what has been said is that right now he's already in training, you know, because you have to like train and stuff again. I guess like remember all those old moves and whatnot. Um, so I thought that was cool, and I thought that was cool for you, MonkeyFlop, because I know that was like, you know, that was your favorite character was Anakin Skywalker. You know,
Yeah.
that's your favorite character and stuff, and so looking into more like Star Wars stuff, like they were talking about, like yeah, you know, Rogue, like right now it's Star Wars, you know, The Force Awakens is this year. Next year, the release for Rogue One is gonna come on December 16th. Then after that, they're gonna do Episode 8, which is gonna be on May 26th of 2017.
Yeah.
And then apparently, and I didn't know this, there's gonna be a Han Solo Star Wars anthology film type thing too.
Really?
And that's set to be released in May 25th of 2018.
Wow.
And then they say that they're expecting the last trilogy movie of Star Wars. You know, they're expecting it to be the 2019, followed by another Star Wars anthology
Uh-huh.
in 2020. And so I'm like, dear Lord, they're already like planning all of this out. Like, man, they're like really trying to milk all this Star Wars stuff out, man. Gee willikers, like there's a lot. And so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever, you know, as long as they're good, like they better not like kill it, like,
Yeah.
because you know, cause it's gonna be heartbreaking, especially with all the Star Wars fans. And then there was also talk about how like people are like worried about, because this is, if you think about it, all this merchandise that came out for this movie,
Uh-huh.
and people bought buttloads of it, and yet you don't even know how the movie's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Like, is it gonna be a movie you like, or is it gonna be a movie where it's like, oh man, they just ruined it, you
Yeah.
know? And then you have all these people buying all this stuff of characters and things like that that you don't even know about yet. Like
Yeah.
nobody knows their storyline, nobody
Yeah.
knows how this is gonna be, and so people were talking about like, okay, how is, because there's a big hype for BB-8
Right.
and stuff, you know, because you know he looks cool and all that. But it's like, how do you know if you're gonna like that character?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know? You know, people are buying all these little remote control ones,
Yeah, and it's
and
sold
they're
out
not, and they're
everywhere.
pricey. They're not
Yeah.
cheap, you know. And it's like, how do you know if that character is not gonna be like an annoying character and a character that you're gonna hate
Right.
and stuff like that? And it was funny because I was
Yeah.
thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That's true.
Yeah.
Like they sold a bunch of merchandise. There's people lined up out the
Yeah.
doors to buy all this stuff of characters that they don't even know anything about yet.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Before
And it's funny.
merchandise used to come out like the same time as the movie did or like a little bit after. Now they're starting it like the same time they start freaking holiday seasons. They start freaking Halloween in September or August, late August, right? It's like the same thing.
Mhm.
The-
Or like how there's already Christmas stuff right
yeah,
now
there's already Christmas
during
stuff and it's like
Halloween and Thanksgiving.
yeah, it's like dude, I I want to enjoy Halloween. Don't be putting out Christmas stuff yet. And it's kind of like at the same time, it's pretty awesome that we're seeing a bunch of Star Wars stuff. Um, but you brought up a very good point as to everybody going crazy over all the Star Wars stuff of these new characters that we know nothing about yet. I think that's
Hmm.
pretty interesting.
What do you think, Dee? Like, what's your take on it?
I don't know. I really like all the little remote control kind of things. I think they're pretty cute, even if the character like did turn out to be annoying. I still think the actual merchandise is pretty cool. But I mean, it's a
Like,
little
it's
soccer
cute.
ball
Don't get
looking
me
thing.
wrong.
You know,
Yeah.
how annoying can you get? But I mean,
C3PO annoying.
you know,
Jar
for
Jar annoying.
you get to grow to like them. I mean, you
Yeah.
just spend all this money on a little remote control. But
Dude.
who knows?
Yeah.
Could be the next R2D2.
No,
R2D2 will always be
similar.
number one in my heart.
Similar. I mean, let's be honest. It's like when you get a new kitten, like you may,
Little kitty.
everyone still loves the old like Star Wars and everything, but when you have like all this new stuff come out, of course everyone's gonna go a little crazy for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you
Yeah.
it
guys
is
know
new.
that the BB-8 toy, the one that's sold out pretty much everywhere, the remote control one. That's like the expensive one everybody's talking about. Did you guys know that
Mhm.
it's not that big in real life? It's a little bit smaller than the blue microphone you get in front of your face right now. Like literally, it's like a little bit smaller than that. And a lot of people, they bought it and they
They
were hyped for it, and then they got it and it's like this little itty bitty thing. And they're like, I spent so much money on this. And then other people are like
That
hardcore
is why
fans,
you
so they
look at the
don't care.
details and you check the sizes and you take out a ruler. I'm not gonna lie, I do that with my purchases. I go to the little details and I see like the little sizes they have just so I can see how like big it is.
All
That's
the
Mm.
so funny.
descriptions and stuff. Alright.
Yes, especially if it's like online and you can't see it in the stores. Like, so, if you're gonna spend that much money on it, sure it's a pretty good
Do your
size.
research.
Yeah, do your research
Yeah.
first.
Yep.
Dude, okay, another thing, and I thought about it, another thing that you brought up, Matt and PD, like a couple episodes ago, and I forgot to talk about it on the last podcast stuff, or not talk about it, but bring it up, was that whole movie Descendants. Remember, you were the one that brought it up with the villains and all
Yep.
that? Oh my goodness. Little kids well, mainly little girls, went crazy over that movie. My kids went crazy over that movie. I've heard those same songs like over and over, and every time they watch it, it's like if they're watching it for the very first time. And so like when we went to the Halloween party in Disneyland, there was kids and grown teenagers, old like high school teenagers, wearing the costumes of these characters. And I'm like, wow, like and then don't get me wrong, the songs are pretty catchy, like you'll catch me singing it too, and like going, yeah, I'm riding to the core, riding to and stuff. And I was like, and I remember that in the beginning when you brought it up, I was thinking like, what? How are they gonna do this? That's gonna be dumb. And then now I'm like, okay, never mind. Sorry, my mistake and stuff. So I just wanted to bring that up because I remember like you were the one that kind of brought it up into my head. I was thinking like, how are they gonna make this work? How is this going to be the new High School Musical? And it did. It's like it went crazy. But yeah,
It's like an
that's
emo
just my
version
thought.
of High School
Emo
Musical.
version.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think we just need to keep playing like Hocus Pocus over again. We need to bring back all the old, the Disney Channel original movies. They were pretty cool, for back in the day. I still think they'd
Mm.
be really cool like now. I mean,
I still
I feel
watch
like
them.
I feel like
Hocus
all the new
Pocus.
movies now, they're so auto-tuned and they're so, I mean, they all feel like the same thing over and over again, just in a different
Mhm.
place, in a different setting.
Yeah,
I don't know, and
Oh.
yeah. But I'm
It's a
still,
whole new
I
generation.
have not, yeah, I have not seen like the whole Descendant movie. It's just that song, it just gets me because I'm just like, it sounds so terrible to me that it's just like, I don't want to watch the movie because I feel like I can already say like the storylines, just like,
because you're rotten to the core, huh?
yeah,
With
because
the
we're
Run
rotten
to
to
the
the
Core
core.
Day. That's gonna be your
I'm just gonna,
ringtone.
yeah, I'm just gonna stick. I'm just gonna stick to Hocus Pocus and that one movie, the one with the mummy. I totally forgot the name.
Which one? Which one with the mummy?
Oh, it's like three little like the kids, and I guess they bring like a mummy back to life,
Oh,
and it's like a Halloween
I.
kind of thing. It's like something I
Mhm.
don't know, and then like there's like the female mummy, and then like
You got me lost.
I
I don't know, and I just
vaguely remember it.
I I know all
Yeah.
I remember is like they're trying to get into a party and then I remember this because he's like you need a costume and she puts on like this little earmuff things that look like Princess Leia and she's like here's my costume.
I don't
Yeah, but
remember.
I thought that movie was a cool movie. I need to go like look it up because I know it was a pretty old movie. But now that I talked about like Hocus Pocus and like The Descendants, it totally reminded me of this like mummy movie. I need to look that up need to
You remember the
rewatch it.
title?
Yeah, the good old days.
What about
Oh
Casper?
man. Oh, Casper was awesome.
Casper was
I liked
awesome.
Casper. I liked Casper.
You know what? I'm gonna admit this. I finally saw the Addams Family.
You
Really?
never seen it?
Like, I've never seen the whole thing.
Wow.
Ah.
And then I finally saw it because I wanted to get into the Halloween spirit. Even though it just became October. But, finally saw it.
Hey, you can
I didn't
start. You
know.
can start now. It's
Yeah.
official.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of old movies that still look pretty good today, even today's standards.
Yeah.
People still watch them. That's the thing.
There's a lot of classics.
Like
Mm.
Hocus Pocus is a big one. Like
Sleepy
people
Hollow was
like,
pretty
was
cool
it
too.
"Come little children, I'll take thee away into
That
my
was super
land of
creepy.
enchantment."
I know, right?
All right. So is that it for everybody, guys?
For
Anybody
me,
have
Yep.
anything else they want to bring up? Anything? Hey, Star Wars Rebels season 2 is gonna start on October 14th. Just for you guys that are Star Wars fans, and I started watching the first season because, like I said, I'd never seen it because whatever. I had never had time, and now I'm like, no, I gotta binge watch it because I gotta get ready for October 14th so I can watch season 2. So yeah, I'm gonna binge watch it.
cool.
But yeah. So Monkey
Awesome.
Flop, got anything else?
That's it for me.
Anything? That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening to us. Listening to our rants at times. But we appreciate you guys, keeping up with us with all our madness, and um give it, write your comments down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know again, like if there's anything you guys want us to look up or talk about, any questions you guys have, just like, shout out to Ebderman, like Ebderman, like any questions you guys would like us to answer, things like that. Like, everything is greatly appreciated. If you're listening to us for the first time and you want to subscribe. What's that Monkey Flop says? Hit that like button. It really helps us out. And stuff like that.
You watch my
But
videos or
until
what?
then, guys. What? Yeah, right. I hear you. Sometimes you little sign off. But until then, guys, game on.